It was nearing midnight, and the city bus groaned to a stop at the edge of town. Its neon lights flickered in the dark like a tired sentinel, watching over the empty streets. The driver, a man named Thomas, yawned and glanced at the rearview mirror. He was supposed to be off at 11:30, but a delay had kept him running late. He could barely keep his eyes open. As the doors hissed open, a lone figure appeared at the bus stop. A woman. She was draped in a long, weathered coat, her face shadowed by a large, wide-brimmed hat. Thomas noted the strange, silent air around her. It was as if she didn't quite belong to the night, but rather existed just beyond it. Where to? Thomas asked, more out of habit than curiosity. Her voice was soft but unmistakably clear. Take me to the end of the line. The request was odd. Most passengers just asked for the next major street or a neighborhood. But the end of the line was a long, desolate stretch, a place where few ever traveled at this hour. That's a long ride, he warned. You sure you want to go that far? She nodded once, a motion that seemed rehearsed, almost practiced. Without another word, she stepped aboard, and the door closed behind her with a soft hiss. The bus lurched forward, the night air growing colder as they left the main roads. Street lights passed in a blur, fading into the blackness. The silence in the bus was almost suffocating. Thomas glanced at her through the mirror again. Her eyes were closed now, her head slightly tilted to the side as if lost in some deep thought. He shook his head. The whole situation felt off. You live around here? He asked, trying to break the silence. No, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Not anymore. Thomas furrowed his brow. She didn't sound like someone who had just moved into town. There was something distant in her tone, something hollow. He was about to ask her more when the bus hit a bump, rattling the windows and knocking the thou.